It's time to jump and jive. The Funday is live. Jump and jive. The Funday's live. Heidi-ho from the Toilets to Titles Podcast Network studio. Let's go, daddy-os. We got George. Can you dig it? Drafting from the swamps, let's jig it. Jason is his neighbor from the space station. He's a fly guy, overseeing this great nation. For the groove and the mojo, Rich got that flow. Always so busy earning that dojo. Ain't no square, he's got the force. Righteous and grooving, set in the course. We know you don't get these old man words, but we got the riffs for some drafting nerds. Kick up your feet and grab a brewski. We draft crummy crap, let's get loosey-goosey. So enjoy the show, and away we go. The host is our cool cat daddy, Justin, changing rules while he's hustling. Here's a draft in the gang, and away we go.
All right, and welcome back to the Toilets to Titles Podcast Network studios. My name is Justin, and we're back with another Funday draft. And actually, guys, I forgot to pull up the wheel. So, George, I know you were excited about your list. If you would go ahead and explain to the people what we are going to be drafting today, my friend.
Well, we were going to be doing trucker call signs, but I want to know, can we do the worst job duties? Because I feel like that would be way more fun than doing trucker call signs.
All right, Jason.
That wasn't me. Fold? Not me.
Who folded? Who folded?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
George.
Richard.
Joe left the screen. That was a little bit
you know.
I owe George
just when you think
I thought we'd have
you
fun
can get one over on me. Just when you think you can get one over on me, guess what? You can't get one over on me.
We did the old switcheroo.
How long ago was it?
Probably the day after you announced it.
Oh, Joe, you're horrible. All right, so everybody else.
I owe George a favor.
Make a note of this, everybody else. We do not include Joe in pranks on this show.
Lesson learned.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
I wanted to see it blow up.
No, what would have been
yeah. The prank is on you, my friend. The prank is on you.
Well, really, I would have expected more of you guys. I would have expected you all to prepare for a whole nother one and really screwed me over. But you know, that's all good. It's all fun. Yeah. So we've kind of been advertising trucker call signs. We're going to do that in 3 weeks. I promise. I'm not going to try this again. I learned my lesson. We'll find another way to spice up the show.
If you do it, I won't blow it up again. I owed him a favor, so that was my payback.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I'm a little upset because the fact that you didn't include me and Jason in on this to get back at Justin.
You know what? I didn't think about that. I wanted everyone to be surprised, but that would have been great to really blow it up on Jason completely if we were all involved.
Oh man,
I'm just offended. Justin assumed it was me first.
Actually, I assumed you'd get the blame first. Now we're gonna let that ride to let it play out. Have some fun with it.
Jason, you're the only person on this 5-person panel that is surprised Justin blamed you first. Every one of us knew, myself included, he was going to blame you first because of how close we are as friends. It was just natural selection.
The fact that we're this close as friends means I would never have ever told you.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if Joe didn't give it away, I wasn't going to say who said what. I was going to let you guys try to figure this out.
I wanted everyone to know.
I've been looking forward to this break for 3 weeks now, Joe. So I feel like you owe me one now. Is what I feel like. You robbed me of this opportunity.
Use me. I'll be your hit man.
All right. Hey,
I want to point out that at no point did I ever ask Joe about the prank. It was just came to
Never
me.
did.
Little birdie told me, "Hey, just as a heads up, this is what they're planning. There may or may not have been some screenshots of a private chat that I'm not in. I may have some documentation. I'm just saying.
Screenshots with laughing face emojis.
All right. Well,
The joke is
I hate
on
you,
Justin. Joe, we got Justin
All
good.
right.
He's off his game already. We got him, Joe.
All right. Yeah. I was hoping that you wouldn't be prepared for this because, George, if there is one person that could be completely not ready for a draft and still come out and win because of their Twitter poll following, it would be you. So I didn't feel bad at all with you being in first place. And like, I'm just looking for ways to dice up the show and try to catch up to you.
What is impressive and honestly impresses me the most is you think I prep for these shows. Like that in itself is like, such a compliment.
I was actually surprised at how much you were talking about truckers over the last 3 weeks in preparation, and now I understand why. I thought I was actually starting to feel bad. Like the last few days, I was like, man, he's actually working towards this one, and he's actually putting in time, and I'm going to rip that away from him.
And no, you're not.
Joke's on me. So we are drafting our absolute worst job duties. Now, here's the thing. It's not job titles, okay? And the reason for that is because just in case we had 6 or 8 people show up, the jobs could get a little thin, and some jobs have several job duties that are pretty rotten. So some of these job duties were, again, just like anything else, I'm pulling out some wild cards that you guys may object to. I don't know. We'll see. But we got some pretty rotten job duties for you coming up on this episode of the Funday Draft Show. Guys, please don't forget to help support us at the Patreon. That's patreon.com/toylisttitles. Training camp in a couple of weeks. You guys know we're typically a fantasy football and football network, but not for this show. Joey, I see your finger. What do we got?
And just a reminder, July 2nd, I believe it is, Hard Knocks off season. My beautiful New York Giants.
Ooh,
that's right.
Yeah. Don't know what that was. All right.
Was the Hulk Hogan brother.
Do we have the pretty basic idea rundown of the show at this point? For those of you that are new viewers, new listeners watching the show for the first time, we do have a wheel of consequences that will pop up. It is eligible to pop up between rounds 4 through 7. We're going to go another 8 rounds here on this one. Unless we get towards the end and you guys want to extend it, I don't really care. But I've got a long list that I was ready for 8 drafters just in case. So I can go longer if we need to, but that's up to you guys. Otherwise, you must spin the wheel of consequences at least 2 times, and suffer the consequences of the wheel. So, Rich, unless anybody has any questions, you are on the clock for the 101, my man.
Yes.
Go, Rich, go.
So, with me having the first overall pick, which it seems like it's every episode, I feel like the dirtiest job, and I know every single one of us on this panel could kind of understand where I'm going with this, is being a parent.
Okay. Now remember, though, we're not drafting jobs. We're drafting job duties.
I gotcha.
Okay.
So that's where I was leading into is.
Gotcha.
When we have babies, changing diapers is one of the dirtiest jobs and one of the most enjoyable jobs of being a parent. But it is a dirty job, and especially when it comes flying at you.
Yep, absolutely. So it doesn't have to be a paying job. That's for sure.
That's true.
I can feel that one.
I'm just confused about where he said it was enjoyable. Like nobody enjoys changing a diaper.
Oh, come on, tell me. Well, unless you've had a boy and stuff like that, when they start peeing at you, you're just like dodging bullets, like dodgeball.
No, but the worst one is the blowout that goes up the back. My daughter, before my daughter was 1 year old, we took her back when I worked for the space shuttle program. I took her to the company picnic. We were going to show her off for the first time. Had her in this beautiful dress in the back seat of the car. Had the worst blowout she's ever had. Went up the back, somehow got it in her hair.
Wow.
So we're in the back of this little hatchback trying to clean her off and put whatever spare nonsense we had on her so we could show her off. So we went from like this beautiful pristine dress to like some onesie that we just randomly had in the back of the car. That was probably the worst. I almost threw up on that one, and I wasn't prone to doing that, but that day I was.
She knew she wanted to embarrass Dad.
She was showing off too.
Yeah,
Look what
she
I
was
can
showing
do.
off her powers.
Well, much like Rich, it's got to do with the cleaning up some gross stuff. I'm just gonna say cleaning up the toilet. I'm going with cleaning the toilet. Not my favorite, for sure. Especially, look, I'm in a household with a little boy. The aim is off. Let's just say he could be an amazing stormtrooper with the way he pees.
Good job, Eli.
The target's in the middle.
I like it. Okay, well, we're staying on brand here at Toilets to Titles so far. It's obviously very very nasty jobs that we have up here so far. I'll say that my number one and my number two weren't exactly what you guys picked, but I think that they're close enough that I'm going to avoid them. Like, I don't want to split because I went with cleaning public restrooms and wiping other people's butts. So I kind of feel like those are right down that same line. So you guys can still take those later. It's technically different, but I'm going to go with same region, same area, a little bit different twist. I'm going to go with waxing and bleaching buttholes.
At least it's nice and clean and sparkly afterwards.
So I need a ruling on this.
That reminds me, I have my appointment tomorrow.
I need a ruling on this because technically waxing and bleaching is different.
They're two totally different jobs. You can only pick one.
What's your preference?
I guess technically it would be. Let's see, which one would be more disgusting? I'm going to say probably the bleaching part. Yeah, bleaching buttholes. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of bleaching buttholes, and this kind of transitions.
They both start with B, so it rolls off the tongue a little better too.
and this one also starts with a B. America, don't be afraid of the bidet. Okay, clean your butthole properly. Get a bidet. Use a little water. It's fine. It's the most cleanest sanitary way to wash your bunghole.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Feels
like
refreshing.
Yeah. Listen. Deciding between waxing and bleaching, I think the worst one to me would have been waxing, because like when you pull away, you got hair there,
butt crack hair.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave that one for Justin on the turnaround on round two.
Yeah, well, it's going to make it back to you. So if you can get both of those, because I'm not taking either one, and sounds like Joe's not either. So you can get them both.
I like it, but
I
I've got my own personal favorites.
I might. I think that just became my 103 and 104 if I had to split them up. So go ahead, Joe.
For me with the Wheel of Doom.
Yeah, I'm keeping it safe so you guys can't steal it later. I know how bad you want bleached buttholes.
You're not taking my bleached butthole for me. I'm taking these round.
Can I ask one? This isn't the grossest jobs though, right? These are just the worst because like.
Yes, that job would suck. Okay. Yeah, just the worst.
I think gross job is good. I guess I'm up. Okay, so I super prepared for this. I watched all 1,000 episodes of Dirty Jobs, the series. Because I'm super serious. But I'll tell you, I'm going to go with one that is, and this is the only one I promise that I'll have a story behind. But this stuck with me ever since I was 8 years old, and I always knew this is a job I don't want. And I went to Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus for the first time when I was 8 years old. And I always felt so bad. And to this day, I feel bad when I saw the guy, they had the elephants come out, and there was the guy behind the elephants who was shoveling the elephant crap. And I felt so bad. Everyone's focused on the elephants. So I'm looking at the poor guy who's got it, because the elephants are just defecating the entire time they're out there. And you've got like this one guy out there just following the elephants around, just shoveling elephant crap. So my choice is going to be the job that or responsibility that has haunted me since I was 8 years old, and that is shoveling elephant crap at the circus in front of thousands of people.
I'm just gonna put shoveling elephant crap. I'm gonna leave off at the circus because I gotta imagine anywhere you have to shovel elephant crap, it's not a great job.
But it's so continuous, and it's in front of thousands of people. So
well, you got the circus, you got
embarrassing
theme parks.
It's not like he's touching with his hands, but still.
So shoveling elephant crap in front of a crowd.
Yeah, how about at circus? I think it's just more.
Okay. All right, yeah,
that's my nightmare.
Let him have it.
That's my nightmare. If that'll even fit on a tweet.
Hey, my nightmare is on my list too, so I understand.
And it's not even that dirty.
Hey, can I ask a question? How are we going to hashtag this?
I honestly have no idea.
Hashtag Barnums and Bailey. Hashtag
hashtag Barnum and Bailey.
Hashtag Pampers.
Yeah.
Hashtag bleach buttholes.
Definitely hashtag Barnum and Bailey. Definitely.
If I hashtag bleach buttholes, this might be the most votes we ever get on a poll.
or hashtag circus. I don't even know if Barnum and Bailey is around. They might be. I'm not sure.
I'll figure out something.
That's a good question. I like it, Rich.
All right, George. It's time to crush our dreams.
Yep. Nope. I got a good one here. It was kind of mentioned earlier, but it wasn't mentioned earlier.
He's taking
one job I think that would be absolutely terrible to have to do. It's nasty. It's dirty. I've used them numerous times. I don't enjoy it ever. The smell is atrocious. I feel bad for the guys that have to do it. It's a porta-john cleaner.
Yep.
The guys that go around to construction sites and clean the porta-johns, that is absolutely disgusting. The smell when they pull up with their little sewer trucks to suck out all the sitting crap in the bottom, and it is so bad. I'm going with that one for the first one. That one is nasty.
That was actually my next pick.
That's a good one.
I was gonna allow you to get your next one. I want you really to get the butthole bleacher or whatever. I may just stick with the whole butthole thing for the whole draft. I've got plenty on
Sounds like a super villain name, the Butthole Bleacher.
Right.
From the MCU, the new series, the Butthole Bleacher.
Hey, you guys need to stop talking about Butthole Bleacher. You're giving away my names for next week.
Butthole Bleacher over now.
Hey, Rich. If you get the 101 next week, because we have the next draft, we all have to assign each other names. Butthole Bleacher for Justin is just chef's kiss. Okay, I'm just saying it's a chef's kiss.
I'm a little offended that you guys think I'm going to be the number one pick next week.
I know. I said if. I said if.
Dude, Rich.
Yeah, but he didn't say if for any of the rest of us.
I only gave out one person. The Butthole Bleacher would be great for Justin. Anyway, my next one. It's a job I think isn't given enough credit for how bad it can be. And I've seen a lot of photos and some of the stuff, I can't believe they pay people to clean this stuff up, but they have to. And that's going to be a crime scene cleaner. I can tell you a story. I had when I worked with the sheriff's office, we had an inmate, and he was a well-known cutter. And what I mean by that is he would intentionally cut himself, not to hurt himself or to commit suicide, just enough to get himself to bleed so he could get his way. And the administration at the time would kiss this guy's butt and give him whatever he wanted just so he wouldn't cut himself. Well, me and another friend of mine were transporting him from the county jail back to prison. He was done with his court stuff. They wanted him out of our jail, so we were transporting him back to prison. Well, he didn't want to go back to the prison. So he told us on the way there, as soon as we hit 95, he's going to cut himself. So we have to take him to Wusthof Hospital, because almost any inmate that gets injured in the county, they go to Wusthof, and really almost every person who gets arrested ends up at Wusthof unless it's really life-threatening. But this guy, he He told us when he got on 95, he was going to cut himself. So as we turned on the 95, I yelled to the back, "Hey, Willie, we're on 95. What is that?
Oh, that's just the background music for your story here.
Oh, okay. Well, it was really loud. I was like, "Hey, Willie, we're on 95. Go ahead and cut yourself." So next thing we hear is the seatbelts in the back banging on the metal seat. And he started cutting himself. And I told him, "Willie, we're not stopping till we get to prison." I said, "If you effing die back there, you die. I don't care. Our next stop is prison." So we drive him like 2.5 hours across the state. We got blue lights on. We're going about 80 miles an hour. And when we get into the county he's going to, we get met by a couple of SWAT officers from the county. So we all pull over and we have to open up the back to check to make sure he's still alive back there. And when we opened it up, you see this guy laying on the ground. There's literally blood all over the back of this van. I mean, it's just all over the place. Yeah. You're looking at him, his stomach is going up and down. The SWAT officer goes, "He's breathing. Shut the door. Let's keep rolling." So we shut the door, keep rolling. We get to the prison. And when we get there and open up the back the second time, he's sitting there on the back of the seat, handcuffed, just sitting there waiting to get off. Not a peep out of him, not a word out of him, no trouble whatsoever. That kind of made me think of the crime scene, but it was like somebody had to clean that up, and it was horrible.
Did you have to clean it up back there?
I didn't clean it up. Hell no. That was beyond my pay grade. But it was a crime scene. Like they had to take photos and process and everything else. Yeah. Like it was, I just... Long story short, and it was a very long story, but I think it was a fun one to share at least.
I would hate to hear the long version.
That was the long version. I could give you 100 of these stories from when I worked at the sheriff's office, hundreds of them. But
that's another show.
Yep, I'll tell you about suplexing naked man next time.
Okay. Well, that I'm sure you could turn that into a call sign. Joe, you're up.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go. And what's the exact title of this show? Is it like Dirtiest Jobs? Is it what's the exact
worst
title?
Job titles? Worst job titles.
Worst job responsibilities.
Duties.
Right?
Not titles. Duties. Worst job
All
duties.
Right. Worst job duties. All right. I'm gonna go with animal castrator.
Yep. Well, it would be castrating animals. Yeah.
Unless I was starving to death and I needed to make, obviously, money to make ends meet, I don't think I could possibly do that.
Yep. Definitely another one on my list.
And I have too much empathy for each of those poor little guys.
All right. So, man, so many things on my list that I want to select. But I'm going to go with probably the worst possible job duty in the world. This is one that it's not funny. We're not going to laugh about this one. I probably shouldn't draft it because I don't want people to look at it and think that it was meant to be funny. But this is the worst job duty that anybody would possibly have, and that is selling another human being.
Selling another human being.
Yep.
Human trafficker. Why don't you just put that? Human trafficker.
Because that's the job title. We're not drafting job titles. We're drafting job duties. That's what they do.
Well, way to bring the show down, bud.
Yeah, I debated on it, but it really is the worst job duty. Like there's nothing worse than that.
Well, you're right. I'll preface it with you're right, but Joey got close to my next pick, and I was a little worried about it. Castrating an animal is terrible. There's all kinds of good reasons why you have to do that. Like there's reasons why that has to happen. There's never a good reason to put down a pet. I mean, there's good reasons because they're suffering and they need to be put down, but there's nobody in that room that's leaving there feeling like they were better off than when they went in. So I'm going to put putting down a pet. So like your vet's office having to put down your pet.
Man, so two of us in a row have brought down the show. So Rich, are you going to pick us up, or are we going to keep it dark?
Well, it just depends on how you want to look at it. So now, the story is, and I love my wife to death, and everything. But I think one of the worst job duties and stuff like that she always gets me to do and stuff like that is going through and sorting laundry to get ready to be cleaned. Having to touch other people's underwear and socks and the smell that comes from my son's clothes and stuff like that is freaking wretched. So that would be my next worst laundry.
Just sorting dirty laundry. Yep.
There you go.
I like it. All right. Round 3. So we still do not have the Funday draft at this point, or I'm sorry, the Wheel of Consequences at this point. But we're going to start round 3 here. Sounds like I need to let the dogs out.
So are we doing a commercial break, or we just jumping into round 3?
Well, let's just jump right in.
You go for it.
Yeah, jump right into round 3.
I gotcha. All right. So my next job, which I know it's something that needs to be done and everything, but I think one of the dirtiest jobs and stuff like that to a certain degree is the dentist and the lady that cleans the people's teeth and everything, that they have to go into people's mouths and everything and clean and get everything ready for the dentist to come in. I think that's the one thing I think about every time. And it's one reason why I hate going to the dentist and stuff, but it's just like I sit there and think about it. I'm like, man, is this girl or this guy, what are they thinking when they're cleaning people's teeth and everything? You know, that's just nasty.
Mm-hmm. That's on my list.
Ugh. So cleaning teeth?
That was what I had on my list.
Okay.
Cleaning somebody else's teeth.
Well, I mean, these are jobs. I'd assume that you don't consider cleaning your own teeth
a job. You might.
Something like that. Man, what's tough about this is I have a couple of really good ones, but it's round 3.
And it's going to get moved around.
So I think I'll skip the ones and hopefully nobody drafts them. So I'm gonna go like, so far we've gone like pretty brutal as far as like Justin and I with some bad stuff, the animal stuff, with gross stuff. My first real job here in Florida, out in the scorching heat.
I was going to take I was going to take this if you didn't take it, Jason.
Was working for. Do you know? So you know what I'm talking about? Working for Walmart.
Walmart. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, this is different. My first job in the middle of the summer was pushing shopping carts, and basically for 8 hours in the middle of the Florida summer, I would have to go out, pick up 10 carts, bring them back. Go out, pick up 10 carts, bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
You do that the first day, I swear to God, I threw up everything in my stomach from heat exhaustion by lunchtime. So I'm taking pushing shopping carts.
In the Florida heat.
Yeah.
It's brutal. That's not what I thought you were going. I thought you were going somewhere else with the Florida heat. But yeah, that is absolutely brutal.
All right. So I've been thinking about it on the way back here. I can still keep this really bad. But I think maybe I might try to pick it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go with carrying another person's baby to term. I thought that would get a few more laughs.
I'm just trying to figure out, see, the way I look at that is, I don't look at that as a bad thing. I think that's actually beautiful, especially if you're doing it for somebody who can't have children. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's going to go with the theme of the show.
Okay. But that's partly why it's my round 3 pick.
This is true.
But also, that's fine, George. If you don't think it's so bad, then you carry a baby for 9 months.
I mean, I'm not able
it's pretty
to.
Bad.
I mean, I've been carrying this for longer than 9 months. I mean, let's be honest.
And just so everyone knows, of course, there's nothing wrong with carrying another person's baby to term.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just
not.
a rough
beautiful
job.
thing.
Yeah, just a rough job. Get your kid out of me. Oh, I'm up. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the whole crap theme that we were kind of like focused on the first two rounds. And I'm gonna go with and this is one I could lose, but it's okay. I decided to go with animal castration before that. And I'm gonna go with septic tank technician.
So that's the job title. So unclogging septic tanks.
All right. How about cleaning septic? How about cleaning septic?
There
tanks?
you go. There you go. That's pretty crappy.
Literally.
But I'm like,
All right, Georgie, back to back.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with one. I want to save that one because I really, really, really want to have that one later on. It is the third round. Things are going to get shifted around most likely in this round. I'm going to throw one. If it goes in alphabetical order, I think Rich would be okay if this ended up on him. If because it starts with an A. So if it gets moved around alphabetical order, this one's probably going to land at Rich. But I think it's a good one. Having to collect animal urine. So an animal urine collector.
I think it would be collecting animal.
Okay.
Because we're drafting the duty, not the
Yep.
job title.
yep.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I need another one. No, I'm going to spin the wheel. Give me a chance to think here and spin that wheel.
Mhm.
Yes, that is a very dirty toilet.
That's why you asked me for a picture of that toilet?
Yeah, that toilet that you were working on today on your job.
Oh, I thought that was from our Airbnb last time in Canton.
All right, I get an extra pick in the next round, so not this current round, and then I lose my last pick. So not round 4, it'll be round 5. I get 2 picks. Thanks, George.
Absolutely. So the next one, I'm going to go with, and it was given to me by a friend of mine. And actually, it wasn't. See, this is why I hate the wheel, because I want to keep this one. Having to work on an oil rig.
Oh yeah.
So,
but what's the
oil collector on an oil driller on an oil rig.
Drilling for oil.
Drilling for oil. There you go.
that one could also be poop themed.
It could.
Oh.
All right. I'm all ready with my next one. I guess
please.
I'm going to go now. So I went back to the crap theme. Now I'm going to go back to animal theme. And this one's going to be, I guess the title would be Animal Masturbator. So it's going to be masturbating of animals.
Yeah, so
or masturbation of animals.
Is it siring animals? Would
Or
that
animal masturbate? Masturbate. Yeah, I guess masturbating.
Joe just wants to jerk off chickens.
you know,
I've got bigger species in mind.
I get what the draft is, but Joe just said masturbating animals like 37 times in a row. I don't know if YouTube's cool.
This is Animal Masturbator over and out.
I don't know. I don't know if YouTube's cool with that or not.
Sure, this is Animal Masturbator.
Dude, I tell you, I hope that we get flagged by YouTube, because if we don't, after all the crap we've been flagged for, I'm gonna be pissed.
we will have earned it.
Listen, if you want to get flagged by YouTube, my next pick will get us flagged by YouTube. Okay.
Okay. All right. We're still trying not to cuss as best we can. So,
Hey, Jason,
right.
can we make sure that I get a yellow box for spinning the wheel? I want to get credit for that.
And you can put it on mine as well. I'm also going to spin the wheel. So,
see,
yeah. So when
George,
he's already
got the hashtag all set to go.
Yeah, hashtag chicken choker.
Animal masturbator.
Okay. All right. So when George took collecting animal urine, that's the first thing I thought Joe was like, he missed an opportunity, because Joe definitely took one that's much worse, because I've seen my veterinarians collect urine from my pets, and it's really not that bad. They just kind of stick a ladle under there.
Yes.
But,
I asked
you're talking about a dog. Have you ever tried to collect urine from a lion? Have you ever tried to collect urine from a tiger? Have you ever tried to collect urine from an alligator? Stop thinking simple.
My best guess is they're going to drug them up before they try to collect their urine.
Let me also say this. I've got to imagine that while collecting urine from those animals, bad. Masturbating
Very
those
bad.
animals, worse.
I mean,
Come here, baby.
how often? I'm just curious how often one is needed over the other. Like I'm not sure there's a big demand to have somebody go out there and jerk off a chicken, or a cow, or an elephant, or a horse.
There's not, but the duty when you have to do it is still worse.
Yeah.
Can somebody please Google a YouTube-friendly way of saying masturbating? Because I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
Jerking off animals.
All right, I'm going to spin the wheel. It's definitely not that, Joe. Okay.
I want
All
Joe to win this draft for so many reasons.
I think animal masturbator is going to get done. It's going to pull me over the finish line.
Okay, here we go. It's a big one.
To spin the wheel. Damn it.
All picks in the third round get flopped. Okay, so first pick switches with the last pick. Second switches with the second to last pick. Okay, so if we have an odd number like we do now, then the only pick that will not change will be mine, because I'm in the middle. But I lose my next pick, or this pick if they're the one that spun the wheel. So I have to lose this pick, and I get an extra pick in the fourth round to make up for it.
So you get 3 picks in the fourth round.
Yeah, all right. I'm cool with that. I'll have three picks in a row. But I think for the purposes of the wheel, though, when I make my first pick in the next round, we're going to slide that into the slot of the fourth pick, just because, we might get that fourth round, change things around. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I can deal with
I was
cleaning teeth, dental hygienist. That's not bad. It's not animal. It's not collecting urine, but
and everyone's gone through that. So yeah,
I kind of wanted to lose my pick there, to be honest with you.
I'll go ahead and spin the wheel.
I think Jason should be happy with his.
Yeah, well, look, I was okay with pushing carts. That's a terrible job.
It is. I think cleaning septic tanks is worse.
I'll go ahead and spin the wheel.
All right.
This is definitely not the food draft where we're protecting our picks.
No.
George sent Justin a picture of his toilet from his house. Am I right, George?
Yes, absolutely.
After the draft, you get to pick one of your opponents to be with you in the poll.
Nice.
So after the draft, you choose one.
So it's going to be just me and one other person, and then the 3 of the rest.
No. That they did not say that you get to be in the group of 2. It said that you get to choose one of your opponents.
All right. I feel like that was the same thing the last time we had that, but okay.
No, because there's 2 different things on the wheel. The other one says the other thing.
Okay.
So what'll happen is you're going to select who you want to be with you, and then when we do the wheel, it'll say Jason and Justin, or Jason and Joe, or whatever will be one wedge. And then if that one gets spun first, then we'll be the group that you and that person will be the group of 2. If it doesn't, somebody else gets. We'll go over it at the end.
It makes sense. It made sense to me. I got what you're throwing down.
Also, I feel like soup, appetizer, main course probably shouldn't still be on here.
Oh, did I miss one? Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. That's under the rules. I see. I didn't. Yeah.
So George did crime scene cleaner, and I think that's absolutely terrible. There's one that I think is worse. My father-in-law actually had this job for a little while. One, you have to be super meticulous when it's done, but two, so like if you go to a crime scene, it's not always gory, it's not always bloody, it's not always disgusting. You can go to crime scenes where something's been stolen, clean up a little bit, clean some glass, whatever, right? Like there's non-gory versions. You know what there's never a non-bloody version of? Cleaning up the operating room when it's over.
Okay. I've been in many operating rooms where when they walk out, they're clean. Like they don't get blood all over everything and whatnot. Like when I was with the sheriff's office, literally when the inmates would have surgery, you'd go in with them, and when you leave, the room is clean. It's not. Yeah,
you shouldn't have said anything, George, because he just changed it to make it better.
Well, in the emergency room.
That's not what you said. It literally says cleaning operating room, emergency room. Wouldn't you have said like cleaning emergency room? I feel like cleaning operating room and cleaning the
there's an
emergency
room you can go to an emergency room with a broken finger and not have a surgery.
Yep. Yeah, Jason, you have you have an operating room and emergency room. Those are literally two different parts of the hospital.
Hey, that's true. That's true. If I couldn't have waxing and bleaching, you need to choose one.
Well, there's an emergency surgery.
Hospital. You have two different parts of the hospital. You have an emergency room, in parentheses, and an operating room as your thing. As somebody who's been in both numerous times, I'm assuring you from experience, those are two different things.
It's all good, Jason. I'll fix it post-draft. Rich, you are up for 2, my man. You can do the wheel or you can leave it. It's up to you.
Leave the wheel. Get the wheel up.
All right, pulling it up. There we go.
Man, I really need to put some Mr. Clean on that.
It looks disgusting.
It does. It looks...
And it doesn't get better when it spins real fast either. George loses his next pick. This pick, if he's the one that spun. So George will lose your next pick and get an extra pick at the end to replace it.
That works for me because that just means my picks at the end are safe.
Yeah, this draft doesn't really matter. I don't think if we lose our picks. All right, Rich.
So this next job duty is I have all the respect in the world for the people that would do it, and I would never do this I would never do this. Elderly people in nursing homes and the people that work there for them and stuff like that I cannot give a sponge bath to the elderly people in a nursing home.
That would have been my next pick.
You're so heartless.
My wife has done that. It's terrible.
Rich, it was absolutely my next pick, and I debated between the two that I chose, and I went with this one, and man, you sniped me. So good job.
Well, at least I can do something. In the wheel.
The yellow square.
Rich, you're having a pretty darn good draft so far.
All right. So he spun the wheel twice in a row. Oh, we got a 4th straight, folks.
Yes. Please let me force something.
Yeah, you're making a 4th straight with Rich. But Rich. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can't do that one. Remove it. Or no,
close it.
That one stays on. And we try it again.
Why couldn't I do that one?
You can't trade with yourself.
I'm trading. I get to pick a trade with somebody else.
No, it's a 4th straight with yourself.
Oh, okay.
It said make a 4th straight with Rich. The last pick that you made must be swapped with the last pick that Joe made.
Oh, no. I'm doing so good on this draft.
Rich, you don't want to choke any chickens?
I don't want to be collecting animal urine. I don't want to be masturbating animals.
You're gonna help the other animals out there. Their species thrive and survive. They have to. That's what it's all about.
Man, Rich, people are gonna think you need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, you're disgusting, Rich. What is wrong with you?
Rich, I can't believe you did that.
All right, Rich.
Hey,
what animal are you drafting now?
Rich just loves to be around animals.
All right.
Keep your animals away from Rich.
All right. So another job I would not like to do, and I respect all the people in the world that do that, is people when you go in and get I can't think of the name of it. When women go get their feet cleaned and
pedicures.
Oh my God, feet are one of the worst things that
Yep.
You put socks on, you sweat, you get all that. Yeah, no, whatever you call that.
Let's move on. Yeah, that's disgusting. Stop talking about it, Jason.
I'm gonna spin the wheel.
All right.
Justin can't stand talking about feet. He prefers to talk about
I never could.
Butthole conversations.
Oh yeah, I mean buttholes are funny, but feet are just disgusting. All right, all picks in the third round get shifted to the left one spot.
That works for me.
It definitely works for me.
Let's see. What do I get?
Oh, cool. So I lose my. Pushing shopping carts really isn't all that bad, guys.
George got my collecting.
If you've ever done it for 8 hours, it's not great.
It was my first job as well.
I believe you, man.
I mean, I know it's Florida, so there's probably a 10 to 15 degree difference there, but I mean, whatever.
It's the humidity, dude.
So my next one.
I get it.
My next one is going to be disimpacting bowels. And with a manual disimpaction, also known as a digital disimpaction, which is a procedure which involves a gloved, lubricated finger breaking up the stool and removing it in small pieces.
Speaking of which, my dog just farted and it stinks. Oh.
Melvin's getting in on the action.
It smells like Melvin's ass. I love you, Melvin, but man, I'm trapped down here in the basement in the corner with it.
Hey, so there's 16 people watching right now. You guys are more than welcome to chime in to the chat if you want with some of the worst job duties that you could imagine. I get 3 in a row here. I'm going to go ahead and make the pick that should have slid into the 4th round. But first, I need to know, like, if I want to spin the wheel for this round, should I do that for my second pick? Does that make sense? Because I'm going to spin the wheel again. I just don't know which pick I have to do it at. I'm confused with it at this point.
So the 4th round pick, I would leave that one blank, because if there's something on there where we have to shuffle the 4th round picks, you didn't make a pick in that round. So I would make your pick, but slide it down into like the 9 spot.
Okay, so you're going the opposite of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
but yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay.
It just makes it so we don't have to worry about it if there's something on the wheel that says 4th round gets moved around or alphabetical order or something like that. I
got you. I feel you. So that technically means that with my 4th round pick, it actually goes down to pick round 10, because in round 5 I got an extra pick. That would be round 9.
Correct.
And then I'm going to make my pick in – or no. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick for round 5, but I'm going to spin the wheel for round 5 now. So, and for those of you watching that have not seen, we do have to spin the wheel at least twice. That's why you're getting – but also none of us really care for our drafts at this point, because this is a weird and disgusting
I do.
So we're – can do it a lot. Hey, I get to make a forced trade.
Stealing my animal masturbation.
And Joe gets to make the pick.
You get to make. Yep, you choose it.
All right,
Between me
let's
and
bring
you.
up that chart.
All he can take is pushing shopping carts.
Oh, I had that. All right, I'll give you.
Give him the cleaning hygienist.
I'm gonna hold on to Sponge Bath. I'm gonna hold on that. You're getting a good one though. Cleaning teeth.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Justin,
fine with
you got that. I'll take pushing shopping carts. And believe me, Justin, I feel for you, man. I hear you.
Hey, and honestly, like I don't like. We should all make gentleman's agreement. Like nobody is taking Sponge Bath the elderly from Joe, being he is the elderly guy on here.
I hate Sponge Bath.
And being the elderly guy on here, like we really don't want him outside pushing shopping carts in the Florida heat. So I think we should all make a gentleman's agreement. Those two do not leave Joe.
You know what? After 8 hours a day of pushing shopping carts in the Florida heat, I like nothing more than coming home to give myself a bath.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with this one because cleaning teeth was on my list anyway.
Oh,
so. Yeah. All right.
Elderly SpongeBob.
So I'm going to go back to what?
Private chat, elderly SpongeBob.
I see that.
Gotcha. So I'm going to go back to a little bit dark again. And yeah, so I'm going to draft having adult intercourse with random people.
Oh, you took my next pick.
Is that a job duty?
Is that like prostitution?
Are you referring to prostitution?
Yes.
That was my next pick.
Yes. It's a job.
Yeah, that was my next pick. Actually,
I'm not against it, but
wait, elderly?
That's what he said.
He's thinking of something. No,
I
said
thought
that.
you just said having sex with random strangers.
That's not a bad job.
No, I said having adult intercourse with random strangers. I don't know, Jason. You may not think that's a bad job, but that sounds horrible to me.
You don't want to just. Because prostitution is not like a prostitute would be the title.
Right.
Listen. You took something. There are apps for people to go have adult intercourse. There's
it's called Tinder.
There's Tinder. There's Match.com. There's all
prostitution.
People are trying to have adult intercourse.
You can
all
actually
over the place.
hashtag prostitution.
And what I'm saying is that there are a lot of people out there like me that thinks that is disgusting. Like,
right?
You literally lost the draft. Like single people are going to see that and be like, "What is wrong with that job?"
Well, no. Here, Justin, I understand where you're coming from. I like the idea of a prostitute. Like, doesn't disgust me with the idea of what they have to do, and that is having. Random sex with some really gnarly looking dudes. Yeah, I feel bad for them. I feel like
you could have just worded that.
That was what was in my head when I was thinking of the job.
The description. All right. Well, good luck fitting that one.
So I get to make 2 picks this round though because of that other wheel. They're actually
my next one. Damn.
No, actually, I get to make 3 2 more this round because the one for the 4th actually said I have to another pick next round, or whatever it was, I forget. But all right, so I have down. I just worded it differently. I forgot to mark this one off. I had collecting animal sperm. Probably would have been a better way of wording that one. But okay, this one is my horror. This is my my version of what Joe selected earlier about the elephant manure. For me, just watching this on television, sometimes I almost pass out. But the job duty would be poking medical needles into a patient. That is disgusting. It's horrible. I have passed out both watching other people get a needle and getting one myself. I have a phobia. So
it's a phlebotomist.
No, just poking a needle, just a regular needle.
Yeah, it's just a needle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I thought the phlebotomists were the ones that went up into the brain with the
lobotomist.
No.
That's gonna be
that's a lobotomist.
Oh,
one begins with a P, one begins with a L.
I get lobotomies at once a month.
Okay, and then I get one more pick here.
Where should this one go?
This one needs to go underneath inserting needles into a patient.
Well, I forget exactly what the wheel spin said.
So the wheel, when you spun it with me, it said that you lose your 4th round pick, but you get an extra pick in the next round. Or no, you lose your 4th round pick, but then it goes to
one of these has to be round 8.
It would go. It would go back to the 4th round.
No, I lost the 4th round pick, so I don't get a 4th round. But I got an extra pick in the 5th. That is what it said. So
yes.
that one would actually go down to the 8. So that would be where you put inserting needles should go up to the 8. And then the other one was shoot, what was the other one? How did I get another pick?
I don't know.
I don't think you got 3 picks. I think you only got 2.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I did. All right, that's fine. I don't really care. I'll make it up later. So Joe.
Okay, my turn. All right. So I am going to go with bat guano collection.
Oh, sorry. Did Joe spin the wheel already?
No, let me spin the wheel. You haven't typed it in yet.
Oh, no, wait. I remember what it was. Hold on. I remember what it was. It was whenever the 3rd round had to be flip-flopped, it said that the guy in the middle lost the 4th round pick. That's the one I actually lost, but I got an extra pick in the 5th. That was the one where I got the extra pick. Okay. Yeah. And then later was the other one that forced me to get an extra 5th pick as well. So this one will just slide into number 9. So I knew that there were 2 of them. And I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with taste testing pet food.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay.
But you know what? I do need to spin the wheel.
Okay. All right. All right. So Joe. Uh-oh. All picks in the 3rd round get shifted to the right 2 spots. Shifted to the right 2 spots. That. Cleaning teeth to cleaning septic tanks. I would probably think that cleaning septic tanks are worse, so I'm good there. Anybody not like that one?
I think I'd still rather have collecting animal urine than cleaning teeth, but it's a lateral move at worst.
Joey, you get to carry somebody else's baby to term.
As long as I'm not carrying George's baby to term, I'm all good, man.
And here I thought you guys were 2 peas in a pod.
No, it would be Rich because he'd be masturbating an animal.
Into Joe, who then has to carry it full term.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to carry that cow full term.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the last episode of the Funday Draft Show.
You could find us on Rumble in 3 weeks.
Rich is all embarrassed. I'm hiding. All right, so I'll take I spun the wheel. All right. I announced the pick before. That's all I'm going to stick with. And that is bat guano collection. That's basically going into a bat cave, collecting the accumulated crap from thousands of bats, or at least hundreds of bats, which is like high content fertilizer. But having to go in and do that, oh my God. Ooh.
All right, so George misses the 5th round pick. Would you like to spin the wheel in the 6th?
I spun it in the
7th.
Didn't I spin it in the 5th?
No, we're in the 5th right now.
No, he spun it twice, but I blacked out one because he spun it. Oh, maybe he didn't.
No, because he's just now to the 5th.
Yeah.
We haven't had a 5th round pick.
Spun it in the 4th. We haven't had a 5th.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead and spin the wheel.
So this will be for the 6th. All right.
You know what would have been great, Justin? If you put a wedge on here where somebody had to take a trucker call sign.
Or this one is fine too. Jason, you lose your next pick. And you get an extra pick at the end to replace it.
It just means it's safe from the wheel. So this is
it's a little bit of a blessing and a curse.
It's more a blessing than a curse. All right. I'm gonna go with being the guy that has to clean industrial garbage pits.
Okay, yeah, I've got something similar to that.
That was one of my next. That was one of my next choices.
I think yours is probably worse than the one that I would have selected. So good job. I had dumping garbage in a landfill. Now we have Spider-Man here. So
honestly, dumping garbage in a landfill is really not that dirty of a job.
Ooh,
honestly, I go to the dump probably 6 or 7 times a week. It's not that bad.
Oh God. Okay. Well, then you have a stronger stomach than me.
I mean, yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm not debating it either. All right, Joey, you have one more wheel spin. You can do it now or the next round.
Let's do it. No, let's do it. I was going to do it 3 times this event, but I completely forgot the first time.
You can still do the next round too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, here we go again with the 3rd round. Everybody's 3rd round pick will be reset. Now, so all of that 3rd round jostling meant absolutely nothing because at the end, we're resetting it to alphabetical order anyway. So
I have a feeling we've got 1 or 2 more reshuffles in the 3rd round.
I think that might be the last one for the 3rd, but I'm shocked that we haven't had any 4th rounds like that have come up on the wheel.
Much better.
Okay. So Joe, you still have to make a pick here.
All right. I'm gonna go with armpit sniffer. Sniffing armpits.
Is that somebody's job?
It's an actual job.
It is sniffing armpits. Yep.
That's how deodorant companies know whether or not their products are working, by employing armpit sniffers.
Good point.
Yep.
Good point.
Yep. I figured they have some real science behind it at this point, but it sounds like a barbaric medieval job. But somebody's got to do it.
All right. So my turn, and I'm going to spin the wheel.
You know what? Can you make sniffing armpits? Can you make that sniffing armpits? I guess maybe in parentheses for deodorant companies, so people understand.
So here's the thing: all the parentheses stuff that he's putting, I'm taking most of all those. Well, probably all of them out anyway, because it's just the job title.
It's too long.
The job duty. It's just the job duty itself. Is all I'm putting on all of these. So,
gotcha.
But I mean, it is It is what it is. Like I always let Jason have fun and do what he's going to do, and then I always change it at the end anyway. And let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. All right, here's what I was thinking. There had to be a fourth rounder coming up. So everyone's fourth round pick will be reset in alphabetical order. So now here's the thing. I didn't have a fourth round pick, so how do we set that in alphabetical order? Which was what I was thinking.
I guess it doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect you. You didn't have a fourth round pick.
That's fair. Yep, I like that. Because I don't want the animal masturbating. So
there is a God.
Yes, you do. Don't knock it till you try it. It's an honest living. It's an honest living. I got my masturbating animals. All right.
So while he, yay!
I'm okay with having to sponge bath the elderly. That is horrible. I would not want to have to do that. So I'm good with this.
Okay, so Joe, you are absolutely right. They do make armpit deodorant, and they people sniff the deodorant as a job. But you know what else they make a deodorant for? Your crotches. So I'm going to put sniffing crotches. Because
my family got me that for Father's Day last year.
That is a job duty. And he's back. He just doesn't want to show his face on camera because he's worried that the company he works for may hunt him down.
And we were so close to getting a sponsorship by from Frito-Lay too, and then we had to have this draft.
All right, Jason lost his pick there. Rich, the option is up to you for the next two rounds here if you want to spin the wheel or not. Hold on, sorry. I had taken you off of the screen for a minute, so you're good.
Spin the wheel.
All right. This is the most disgusting draft we've ever done. You get to make a forced trade with George, and you make the pick.
God, there is a God. Thank you. All right. I want Sponge Bath back on mine.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
And then give Karen another person's baby to George.
That's the one on the whole draft I did not want to end up getting.
There's still time, George.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Oh, it's not a bad thing. It's certainly not at all.
No, it's a wonderful, great thing. It's just
it's not a job horrible. You want to do.
The best part about that is I got that moved to round 3, and I don't think there's any more wedges with that affects round 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and George, you could still lose the one that you don't like there because it's in round 4. There's still other round 4 wheel spins.
Or there's also things on there that says, make a forced trade, but George gets to pick the trade, or if I spin the wheel, you get to pick the trade. So there's options. There's options.
Yep. All right.
It could still end up on Rich's team. It's fine.
You get the yellow square, Rich, and you get to make a pick.
Yes. So the next one, there's a reason why I personally do this, and I don't go and get someone else to do this for me. Is I've been cutting my own hair since I was 12 years old. And stuff like that. I don't like people touching my hair, and I don't like to touch people's hair and stuff like that and cut and stuff like that because you just don't know if they got clean hair. And then you also get the chance of the hair flying in your mouth. So cutting hair is something I just could not do.
Very good. Right, I like it. And that was your 6th round pick. So for the 7th round, are you spinning the wheel again or no?
Yes, spin the wheel.
Okay, I didn't know if you were satisfied now that you got rid of the last thing, but
there's still one more I want to get rid of.
Gotcha. All right.
Click on it.
The last pick that you made must be swapped with the last pick that Justin made.
I think the last pick Justin made was
Sniffing
carrying a
crotches.
baby to term.
No,
No.
he made sniffing crotches.
Oh, he was carrying
man.
somebody else's baby.
Oh, I thought that was so clever to take sniffing crotches, and I lost it. And actually, believe it or not, believe it or not, sniffing crotches was always on my list because Lori helped me make my list, and that was her idea. It's going to be hard to sniff those crotches, but that nasty.
That's when you order Spider-Man from Wish. That's what you get.
Or Timu.
Or Timu.
The Timu Spider-Man.
Man, cutting hair is not even bad. All right,
You
Rick,
just
you're
insulted
up.
every barber and stylist out there.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
Well,
it's
look,
it's not
Everyone's got
horrible.
their pet peeves.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one I got is I would hate to be the person that has to go and prep a guy for when he gets snipped.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, the shaving and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's the official term for getting snipped?
Oh, vasectomy?
Vasectomy.
There you go.
All right, Jason. Wheel or no wheel?
Heck yeah, spin it.
This is probably the most we've ever used the wheel. Also,
This is
for those of you that are maybe mixed up by the title here, we tried to pull a prank on George at the start of the show. It's not actually trucker call signs. If you're still with us, obviously you know this is worst job duties. I'll fix the title in post production.
Tried
Big-
to pull a prank on George.
you mean carrying someone else's baby full term is not a call sign?
All right, Jason, you make a 4 straight with Joe, but you get to pick the trade.
Ah.
Let's see.
Joe,
George,
you're getting a good one either way.
yeah, my team is pretty good. Joe is getting drilling for oil for sure. Man, what am I going to take? I'm gonna. Ooh. So look, collecting animal urine's bad, but there's a worse one that's similar on the board, so it's hard to. The real issue is I don't want to say on here that I want to take masturbating animals because
you want it.
you know what? It's the worst. It's the worst job on here. I'm taking it.
Kind of man are you?
One who masturbates animals, apparently.
Apparently,
The kind,
gross.
the kind who steals.
He'll do anything for
job's-
money.
That's why
You
I
know
don't
what?
ask Jay. That's why I don't ask Jason to watch my dogs.
I'm the kind of guy who steals that from somebody. I've taken that job. I got to look up what this is called.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, and so we can wrap up this draft of us that's gonna send all of us to hell.
And ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to find us, like I said earlier. We'll be on Rumble in 3 weeks because we will be blackballed from YouTube.
Hey, so real quick, while you're looking that up, so we are excited about the NFL season coming up here pretty soon. We've got training camp happening in a couple of weeks. We've got a few shows on the line. We still have several off-season breakdown episodes to do that George and I have been doing. He's going to be in the lab working on scheduling some more of those. Of course, the main show Tuesday night might get switched around a little bit. It may not always be Tuesdays moving forward, but we're bringing back our boy Nate as my main co-host. Is coming back on for the main flagship show. We got Friday night TGIF with George and I believe we're still planning on running that one. There's a lot of shows. The Sunday morning start sit one is a very popular one that the guys run. So if you're into fantasy football, which if you're watching this, you're probably watching this because you're into fantasy football and this popped up and you're regretting tuning in. But thanks for still hanging there with us. But we just want to let you know we're excited about the season coming up. So hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification so you know when we go live for the shows that you actually want to watch. Because if you're sticking around this long watching this, I know you're going to enjoy our football knowledge. All right. What'd you come up with, Jason?
So if anybody's watching, this will go ahead and make it so they stop. I promise. I had to look up the pronunciation. It's Mitzabipre. Circumcision wasn't bad enough, but in the Jewish culture, sometimes when the baby is circumcised, some ritual Jewish circumcisers do a practice called this, which is where the circumciser uses their mouth to suck the blood away from the baby's circumcision.
Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel for my pick.
Here's the great thing. Here's the great thing about that. Like, that is atrocious and horrible. And like, only a niche amount of people are actually going to know what the hell that is. And it's not going to get Jason any freaking votes.
I'm hoping they Google it.
So, Jason, this might help you make your decision at the end of the draft because I get to be in the group with the people for the fewest people for the poll because that was my wheel spin. So I'm going to be in the group of 2. So it's up to you still at the end of the draft. You can choose to be with me, and then we have our group of 2, or you can choose somebody else. And if you choose somebody else, then we'll just spin between the others to see who's with me. So
okay,
that's going to make that a lot easier to explain later. So,
Jason, we can't get people to vote on this, and you think they're going to take the time to Google that? No, it's just not happening. They're going to look at that and be like, yeah, I have no idea what that is. My attention span is not that large. I don't care enough. I'm not even going to know what that is.
I was just thinking, we may not only just get blackballed by YouTube, we might get blackballed by Twitter with these hashtags that are going to come out. Masturbating animals.
Okay, but can we all agree what I picked is literally the worst one on here?
Yes, but nobody knows what it is, so it doesn't matter.
Listen, that's good enough.
Not only do they not know what it is, they don't even know how to pronounce it.
So at least for yours, there is a medical purpose. So I still think that maybe selling people is still probably worse.
You get a point.
There's a lot going on there. So, but anyway, this is my last pick, right? Or I already made the pick. Did you type it in?
What was your pick?
Oh, I didn't say it yet.
Nope.
No.
Okay, cool. So I'm glad you guys saved it for me. I'm glad that you guys allowed me to have this in the last with the last pick after I highly considered taking it in round 2. But I'm going to go with waxing buttholes.
Now, Justin, just so you know, there's still 2 people left to go, and they both can spin the wheel, and you can lose waxing.
Oh, buttholes. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but like I don't have my last pick, so like I don't have a choice. I got to take my chances.
I know, and it's not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how badly you guys want to wax buttholes. So, Joe,
listen, I got 3 picks coming up, buddy. I got 3 picks, and they're all safe, buddy.
I do think that you took them in the right order. If you had both job duties, because you definitely would want it waxed or cleaned before you wax it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want it bleached before I pull the hair off. If I could get that in that order.
Joey, are you spinning the wheel?
Si, senor.
All right.
I'm going to get me that butthole waxing if it's the last one.
Joey, you can just pay somebody to do that for you.
Butthole waxing. Butthole waxing.
Make a force trade with Rich. But Rich
picked you trade. Rich is all embarrassed.
Yeah, he's got to take his mask off.
Don't worry, Rich. It's almost over.
All right, Rich, you get to make the trade, my man.
Sorry, masturbating animals was taken already.
Rich, you're muted.
Oh.
I'm trying to stay a little bit reasonably respectable.
Uh-oh.
So I am removing sniffing crotches.
And taking sniffing armpits.
Yes, that is correct.
It's not the sniffing he minded. It was just the location.
Yeah.
See, Rich is
Right
smart.
on, Joe.
Rich is smart. Rich is thinking ahead because he knows that, like starting like Monday, he's got to start asking his friends at work to vote for him on Twitter. And he wants to present as clean a list as possible.
This is going to be one list that I'm not going to be out there trying to get some votes.
All of us. This is going to have like 5 votes, and that's us. We're all going to win with 1 vote.
All right. Oh, so you know what? I did spin the wheel. All right. So my next job is going to be gastroenterologist.
Well, you can't take a job, Joe. You
That's
gotta
a
take
job. Right.
Something they do.
Do you want to use what I had down on the list?
For like the 5th time.
Running a tube up someone's rectum.
There you go. We'll go with that. Only after it's bleached and waxed. It's all good then.
That's good, but there's one that's worse than putting a tube up somebody's rectum.
Yeah, Joe's Butthole Service. We're all inclusive. We do it all.
All right, I'm not going to take another drink until this is done.
Spin it, and let's spin it.
Damn, you're killing.
So, Joe, the only thing worse than putting a tube up somebody's rectum, honestly, is the guy or gal who has to put a tube up a male penis for a catheter.
Oh, don't even mention that. Even the idea, I've never had to do it. It's never been done to me, thank God. But just the idea of it is scary.
I don't think we can.
This is 4th round gets flippity flop. The only and then see the one in the middle, which would be me, will not change, but I lose my next pick, which I can't lose my next pick. So
didn't we do this already?
Not for the 4th
that was
round.
for the 3rd round.
Not for the 4th.
So we can still do this for the 4th.
Okay.
Because
I got drilling for oil again.
It wouldn't have affected Justin anyway. So
the only part that it affects is that I don't have a next round pick to lose,
which is fine. That's nothing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. If you guys are cool with it,
that means we can't do That means we can't do this, right?
George says he's fine with it. I don't really care. So
I agree. I don't think we can do this.
It wouldn't have affected Justin to begin with.
Rich doesn't. Yeah, it would.
So Jason and Rich say no, we can't do it. George says we can. Joe, what's your vote?
If the only holdup is that Justin couldn't do it because he didn't have a 4th round pick, it wouldn't have affected him anyway.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that he couldn't do it because he doesn't have a 4th round pick. He can't do it because he can't lose a pick. He's already made all his picks.
Well, but here's the
problem. If he would have lost his next round pick, it would have gone to the end of the draft. His next pick is the last round pick where it would have ended up anyway. So it doesn't matter. It's literally where his pick would have ended up.
Okay, so
let's
Joe,
say
what's
no
your vote?
because I don't want to lose my pick. I don't want to lose masturbating animals.
So that's 3 no's and 1 yes. So no, we can't
he said
do it.
I already swapped him, so he got masturbating animals by.
Oh, then let's do it.
Okay, so then that's 2 yeses and 2 no's. I'm gonna say yes just so we can move on. So let's make it happen. Let's go. We're doing it.
I need to have my 4th round one changed.
You did. Oh,
we both can't have it.
I gotta remember what it was. Hold on. Yeah, there it is.
I believe it was cleaning the emergency room.
Which is better than carrying another person's baby to term.
Well, of course it is.
All right. Now I've got to make the pick. I would not. No, I don't care. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. No, honestly, I don't care. That's what it should have been to begin with. So it's fine. Because that is what was picked.
I know. I agree with you. That's what I was going to make it no matter what anyway at the end, because that's what he said as he started typing. So,
all right. So I'm going to go with working in a coal mine.
Oh, yes. I had that on my list.
George is a coal miner's daughter. That's a great song and a great movie.
I thought you were calling me something. Okay.
All right. Last round. No more wheels. So we can finally put that thing away. We only have 4 picks left. I've already made my pick. So
I haven't. I get to make 2 more picks.
So do I.
I got to make my 5th round pick, and I got to make my 8th round pick.
Oh, that's right. It has to be designated last round pick, so you both can still spin the wheel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
do it, George.
Nope. Nope.
He's finally happy with the
spin it.
Nope. I'm gonna go with having to clean up after a sex scene. The person who's got to go in and clean up after a porno.
Mm-hmm.
Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. We will be on Rumble.
Yeah, this is our this is our YouTube going away party.
Rich has run out of mask. And I got to give a shout out to my guy BJ. No, his real name is Brandon. He goes by BJ. He gave me that idea when we were discussing it while we were playing Call of Duty. So, and the other one,
you don't get another pick. You don't get another pick now.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You don't get to go back to back here.
That's fine.
It's snake draft. So
yeah. I just didn't want you to call it out and then have somebody steal it from you.
It isn't the 8th round the last round, right?
No, because
8th is the last designated round. So designated last round pick. Your pick that you lost in the 5th was supposed to be added to the end of the draft. So that makes it the 9th round pick.
Yep, and plus I also have my 9th round pick.
You don't have a 9th round pick.
We don't have 9 rounds.
No, I have an 8th round pick. I have an 8th round pick.
You just made your 8th round pick.
Okay, so what happens to the one in the 5th that I lost?
It goes to the end of the draft.
It goes after Rich.
Okay.
No, it goes after me because I have a 9th round.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah.
So Rich will go, and then Jason and you will go.
That's fine.
Like the only reason that I had to keep making my pick is because all my extra picks were getting pushed into the 5th round. So that's why it looks like I made them earlier than I should have. So
that's fine.
All right. So in other words, you get Mr. Irrelevant, which is kind of all of them.
I've got it queued. I have it queued.
And guys, if I come up with bad ideas for the draft, you really need to let me know moving forward.
Sir, this was a great idea.
It is going to be embarrassing, like retweeting, saying, "Hey, people, please vote for me," and they're going to look at the list. I might lose like 1,000 followers.
Yeah, it is toilets and titles though, so who knows?
Yeah.
Joe, or this is your last round pick, so no wheel spin for you.
Yeah, I don't have one that's really sticking out. You know what? This really isn't. It's not like dirty or anything, not at all. But I'll go with digging graves. For many people, maybe it would just affect them. I know it wouldn't affect me. You're dealing with dirt. You're not really dealing with a dead body. But then I guess there are times when you do have to dig someone up. Maybe move a grave somewhere else or so. But there was nothing else that I was on the list I had up that was really grabbing me.
Yeah, no, that would be a rough one too. I mean,
yeah,
because of the dark side of it as well. So
yeah.
All right, Jason, are you spinning the wheel for this one?
Absolutely.
Yep, looks like you are. All right, leave my buttholes alone. The last pick that you made must be swapped with. Oh shoot! We can't do this one. Obviously.
Remove it.
Oh, here you go. Choose 2 people that aren't you to make a forced trade, and you also get to choose the trade.
Oh, this is.
That's powerful. That's a lot of power in one person's hand. Damn.
George has actually gotten this one on the last two drafts in a row. So
let's see. Rich, I think I'm gonna do you a favor, buddy. I'm gonna take, because this is the last time this can get moved around. I'm gonna give you back cutting hair, and I'm gonna let Justin have carrying babies to term. So they just go back to the original. They just go back to where they were originally drafted.
That's a gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I like that.
Jason,
I know Rich does. Yeah. Like, because I mean, I didn't really want that as all that bad. I liked having it in there for the aspect of the show, but also it would be a lot worse than just cutting somebody's hair, in my opinion. So I like it.
I could have been way worse, but I felt like I'd be nice. I could be nice.
I'm just glad you didn't take away waxing buttholes.
I could have. It would have been funny. Which is also sort of like cutting hair. So George mentioned this one earlier. It was actually gonna be my next pick. So I'm gonna put catheterizing someone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's scary.
No, nobody likes you.
Just thinking about it. Oh my god.
That's right there. That's right there with telemarketer. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you.
Yeah, you most hated people on the face of the planet.
All right, Rich.
Okay, so I want you guys to truly understand. Do not take this personal. By no means take this personal. But my last pick is the fact that I had to be on this episode tonight.
I don't blame you, Rich.
So, drafting a Funday draft of your worst job duties.
Any other one, but I'm all in.
Hey man, not all jobs are paying jobs. So we determined that with the changing diapers. So all right, so 2 more picks. We've got Jason, and then George will get Mr. Irrelevant.
Man, I think I kind of ran out of steam. Let's see.
I have a good idea for next week, next episode. Even though I know we already have it picked, but I have an idea. I'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay, well, I've got a long list. I'll definitely add it to it. Whatever it is, it's got to be better than this.
Let's see. I'm going to take something. I tried to get heat with the shopping cart thing, but it got stolen from me. I'll do installing insulation in the attic for the summer.
Oh,
that's a good
my gosh. I've done that before, actually, back in the day. Oof.
Yep. That'll take you out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
So I one of the jobs I had when I was younger was running cable.
Mm-hmm.
And, there was a lot of attic work when you run cable. And we had one of our technicians pass out. He was up in the attic for so long in the summer, he passed out.
Florida, right? Florida?
Fell through this lady's ceiling.
Yeah.
Landed on her kitchen island. Wow. And the lady called the office and was complaining about the ceiling. And we had to, beg her to tell us how the tech was doing.
Yeah.
And he's laying there basically unconscious. We also had somebody we had to send fire rescue into an attic to pull somebody out because they passed out in an attic. Being up in an attic in the summer
Was
is
this
no
in Florida?
joke. Yeah, both in Florida.
I can imagine the Florida heat, summer. Oh my God, HVAC insulation. Oh my God, or
Well,
whatever insulation.
This was just running cable, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right, George, let's wrap this baby up. What do you got?
So first off, Rich, do you have any more masks?
Uh-oh.
You're about to embarrass him, huh?
This last one is the reason why we're going to Rumble. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that. I will close the show before that.
You might want to put the Spider-Man mask on top of that.
Rich will pass out from heat exhaustion now.
So if we can get a screenshot of that, that needs to be a Twitter profile right there, if I've ever seen one.
Okay, I got it. It's screenshot.
Oh, that is so excellent. All right. So for my final one, and it's not that bad, to be honest. No masks were needed. I just wanted to see how many masks I can get Rich to put on. So for my final pick, I'm going to go with having to clean out a hoarder's house.
That's a good one.
Because you've got roaches, you got rats, you got spoiled food. It's just, I've had to do it. And it is disgusting. The smell is terrible. You have to wear a hazmat suit. You have to wear a respirator. It is disgusting.
That's a perfect pick for this topic. It really is. I can't believe I didn't think of that, because my wife and I used to watch the show Hoarders all the time. Holy shit, that's such a perfect pick for this, George.
Thank you. Not bad for a guy who didn't do any prep.
So
cheater.
That's it for today's draft. But I do want to go over some honorable mentions if anybody has them. I'll start at the end there with Rich. Do you have any honorable mentions that were not taken that you had on your list?
I had one that I was thinking of, but I kind of put it off. But I'd hate to be the person that had to shave the sheeps.
Yeah, sheep shaver.
Sheep shaver. Gotcha.
Yep.
I as embarrassed as Rich was during this whole thing, I bet you his actual list was much more tame, and he had to like ratchet it up as we went on.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get naughty and go with cutting hair.
Rich was like, man, I hate folding laundry and cleaning grout. and then Justin's over here like, I'm gonna sell some people.
George, did you see my last pick?
Yes, I did. I had to use the facility, but I did tune in on my phone so I could continue to listen to the show. And first off, I want to commend Jason. That was such an honorable thing to do. To give Rich cutting hair, give Justin back his babies. I, for one, would not have been a better man and done that. I'm just wanting to put that out there to the world. I would have been very malicious. I would have looked at who do I think is the most competition to me, and that's the person that is getting the babies.
It's about winning.
That's what I would have done. But Jason, kudos to you, because you are a better man than me when it comes to this.
Well, here's the other thing I was thinking of. So I know this is the second time I feel like Justin has thrown something out there as kind of a gaslighting for one of these, that he's like
his dog.
I ended up with his dog. So I felt like it was perfect justice for Justin to have that pick.
Yeah, that's fair. I like it. I like that. And like I said, I don't mind the pick either. Like, if I would have ended up with my dog, I would have been cool with that. I ended up with this. I'm cool with it. It's a tough job.
I just want to know how many votes he's going to have. Justin's going to get for having adoption on here.
Adoption.
Selling another human is adoption, Justin. You have to pay to adopt. That is just adoption. It's a fancy word for adoption is all that is.
Okay, but I'm sure that job also is pretty difficult.
Yeah, but it's not bad. Like you could have put human trafficker. Like that would have been a lot worse.
That's the job title.
Well, then
What they're actually doing is
selling another human illegally would have been like the human trafficking portion. You just put adoption on there. That's all.
Trust me.
Yeah,
Trust me.
they're gonna know it's adoption. So Justin hates adoption, and he doesn't want anybody having having to carry another person's baby to term. Those are no, but he's also against having intercourse with random strangers. Like your list is perfect, Justin.
I'm gonna throw.
Yeah. Well, it's just end all childhood.
So I was gonna one of the ones I was gonna pick, but George maybe took the better one. I was gonna say cleaning an adult theater.
Yeah, that's worse. I was gonna do like having to clean up after a concert, like an outdoor concert. Yeah. That could be pretty miserable. Cleaning a football stadium could be pretty miserable. I was gonna go with being a jobber at a like a professional wrestling jobber. Like that has to be the worst. Like, cause you're gonna go out there, and even though it's all scripted, like 9 times out of 10, you're just used for squash matches. So you go out there and literally you get no offense, and you get the living snot beat out of you, and like that's your job every week. No, sorry, can't do it.
So the other one, and then Rich, get your mask. So fluffer at a gay porn.
So I would say that one of the roughest jobs would be sniffing a Raiders cap.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so that would be pretty difficult. I don't know that I can handle that.
I was gonna put burning human feces. I was gonna put that in there. Something I've actually no. I've actually done this when I was in the Marines.
Yeah.
You take a 5-gallon drum, you add a little bit of diesel, you add you pull it out from your homemade porta-john, and then you add some fire with the diesel, and you stand there with a stick and you stir it until it's all gone. It's disgusting.
So a few of my big honorable mentions, we had collecting animal sperm, but we didn't do inseminating animals, which was on my list.
Yep.
Let's see. Packing a testicle wound is something that nurses do. Let's see. Removing a child from their home would have been kind of dark, but that was
that's dark, not dirty.
Yeah, well, it's not dirty though. It's worst job duty.
You're right. I keep thinking dirty. Right. Okay.
Yeah. You usually do, Joe. We wouldn't expect any less. And then slaughtering animals was another one that I had on here. I think would be the worst.
That's a good one.
That's another thing I was thinking about is cleaning up at a slaughterhouse. By the way, I'm putting Rich front and center for all of these.
Oh, sorry about that.
I really wanted to try to keep it at least short of rated X. I was going to put being the pivot person in a porno.
We're still live, dude. So
I know.
You were trying to keep it.
It didn't make the list.
Oh, okay. Well, all you did was
these are honorable mentions, Justin. We're not actually going to be promoting the pivot person in a porno.
But my point is, if you were trying to keep it from being on the show, you failed.
Listen, you're talking about waxing buttholes and bleaching buttholes, okay? I don't want to hear it from you.
Right?
You told
I didn't say I was trying to hide it.
Listen, I can hear it from the person who put sorting dirty laundry. I could getting lectured by them.
All right, Joe, did you have any honorable mentions that
Nah, I really didn't. Nope.
Oh, I did have one more, and I kind of alluded to it before Rich took his last pick, so I kind of thought, or maybe one of you guys in that last round may have, but making cold calls or trying to sell something to someone that you know they don't want. Those would be the worst jobs ever. And also, you should not have those jobs. You should quit those jobs. Go work at Burger King. People will love you more.
Being the person who calls about your auto warranty about to expire.
Exactly.
I gotta feel like those jobs are about to be taken over by AI anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, if they haven't already. Jason, you get to choose now who you get to be with. Again, if you choose me, then it's you and me in the polls. If you choose one of the other guys, then I have a wheel ready to spin.
I might take it'll be me and Rich.
All right, so Jason and Rich, I already have to be alone, so that means I'm gonna spin between Joe and George. Whichever one I spin for that is gonna be with me.
I'm hoping my strategy here was I was hoping to get George with you.
Oh, Rich is with
Damn,
Jason.
he's calling out Joe and Rich is what he's doing.
No, what I'm saying is that you have so many Twitter followers that you're going to win the first round no matter what.
That's not true.
Okay, so, well, and given the fact that I'm not even going to try to get people to vote for this one, I can't. I don't really. This is one draft I don't care to lose. So, all right. So George and Joe, the winner of this will be with me. Joe is with me.
Well, it backfired.
Do it.
You had a 50-50 chance. So George, Jason, and Rich, and then Joe and myself. All right, guys. And I don't have to spin it to see what we're drafting next time because we already know, so that George can use the list that he didn't even make up for the trucker call signs, just because that one does sound like a lot of fun. I'm actually really excited about that one. So in 3 weeks, join us again for our trucker call signs draft. That's 3 weeks from tonight, whatever date that might be. But and in the meantime, happy 4th of July, y'all.
Yeah.
Next week. Enjoy your time off of work. Enjoy your beers. Enjoy your families. Anything else, guys?
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
All
So
right,
3
let's
weeks,
get out of here.
3 weeks from today will be July 20th. Just save the date.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. All right. So just because I really enjoy it, I'm going to play the song again on the way out.
It's a great song. I like the new song.
Such a musician. I love it.
It's time to jump and jive. The Funday is live. Jump and jive. The Funday's live. Heidi ho from the toilets to Titles Podcast Network Studio. Let's go, Daddy-O's. We got joy. Can you dig it? Drafting from the swamps, let's jiggy jig it. Jason is his neighbor from the space station. He's a fly guy overseeing this great nation. For the groove and the mojo, Rich got that flow. Always so busy earning that dough. Joe ain't no square, he's got the force. Righteous and grooving, set in the course. We know you don't get these old man words, but we got the riffs for some drafting nerds. Kick up your feet and grab a brewski. We draft crummy crap, let's get loosey-goosey. So enjoy the show, and away we go. The host is our cool cat daddy, Justin, changing rules while he's hustling. Here's a draft in the gang, and away we